It's not always an injury on the court that takes you out. Pain and mobility issues arrive anywhere, at any time. The sports medicine providers at MSU Healthcare are here for your comeback.
Patients should expect that we'll spend time with them and listen to their symptoms, tailor a physical examination to their issues, and customize a treatment plan, whether it's surgical or non-surgical, to help them get back to their active lifestyle and goals that they're interested in.
Sports medicine is a bit of a misnomer. We don't only treat athletes or people involved in organized sport. I think the better title for this would really be movement medicine. If you have something that's limiting your ability to do those tasks, we're here for you to help you and get you back moving again.
Even though you're injured doesn't mean you can't be active, and I like being creative and finding ways to keep you active even though we're trying to rehab you through an injury or complaint.
MSU Healthcare Sports Medicine, official providers of MSU athletes and you.
Women's flat track roller derby is played on a variety of floors and surfaces, including concrete, sport court, and wood. The track layout is 108 feet by 75 feet and is flat and oval. It also includes both outside lane and infield area for officials. You'll notice there are two primary lines across one side of the straightaway on the track. The back line is called the jammer line, and jammers must start each jam behind that line on the track. The other line is called the pivot line, and blockers start the jam anywhere on the track between the jammer line and the pivot line. Once the jam starts, the skaters are allowed to skate forward, past these lines, and start making contact. But they must stay on the track at all times, if they can help it. Roller derby is played in increments called jams. Each jam lasts up to 2 minutes. Both teams field up to 5 skaters at the start of the jam. 4 of these skaters are called blockers, and 1 is called the jammer. The jammer wears a helmet cover with a star on it and scores points for the team. The blockers are playing both offense and defense at the same time, and together they make up what is called the pack. The 2 jammers start each jam behind the pack and must get through all of these skaters for an initial pass before they can begin to score points. When the initial pass is complete, a jammer can score 1 point for every opponent they pass with their hips. The first jammer out of the pack legally is declared lead jammer, which means they can end the jam anytime they want, before the 2 minutes are up. Sounds easy, right? Roller derby is a hard-hitting contact sport played on quad roller skates. The object of the game is simple: score a point for every opponent you pass. But getting there is not so simple. At the beginning of the jam, each team fields a jammer. The jammer is the skater with the star on her helmet, and she is the only one allowed to score points for her team. After the whistle, each jammer must make what's called their initial pass through the pack before they can start scoring points. On each subsequent pass, they can score 1 point for each opposing blocker they pass upright and inbounds on the track. If a jammer completely laps an opposing jammer, she can also earn a point for passing her. Each point is scored by the jammer's hips getting past her opponents, not her skates, requiring speed, agility, and even a little creativity.
bout, we have the Mavens wearing black, taking on the Broadbarians wearing gray. And skating for the Mavens tonight, it is number 0, Motor City Kitty. Number 13, Babs the Bruiser. Number 18, Herderino. Number 25, Beef. Number 29, Sarah Sesson. Number 30, Voodoo Dolly. Number 39, Meouch. Number 789, Will Farrell. Number 9, Bad Aptitude. And number 95, the Mind Killer. And these are your Mavens. Also competing tonight wearing gray are the Broadbarians. We've got number 10, Lucille Brawl. Number 101, Gadget Goes Berserk. Number 104, Night Train. Choo choo. Number 12, Emotional Jamage. Number 130, Fairy Fire. Number 3, Straga. Number 331, Hemlocked. Number 503, Cosmic Slams Cozy. Number 56, Deacon Bruise. Number 82, Sweet Poison. Number 88, Ready, Set, Riot. Rounding out the roster, number 89, Social Smacktivist. And wearing the stripes, your zebras for this bout are, looks like the same ones as the first bout. Nutsack, Are You Reffin' Kidding Me? Not Be Caring, Flame, Axel Rolls, Bruce Willis, and the Mystery Ref. Got no name on your back, dude. Oh, now he's got a name. He didn't have a name the first bout. I think. Yeah, Axel's head ref. Jam timer has called 5 seconds. We are ready to get this party started. It is number 12, Emotional Jamage on the jam line for the Broadbarians. Number 18, Herderino is wearing the star for the Mavens. And Herderino coming into that Broadbarian wall there, held down by number 10, Lucille Brawl there in the back of the pack. Deacon Bruce moves to do a little bridging. Emotional Jamage, meanwhile, has to tangle with the Mind Killer at the front of the pack, but Jamage comes out in front. She's going to be lead jammer. Herderino still on that. Herderino coming from behind here. Oh, this is Emotional Jamage coming in for her first scoring pass. And the Mind Killer has to let her go, and the first points of the game are scored by Emotional Jamage. 4 points for the Broadbarians. Herderino just about out. There we go. Star Pass achievement not unlocked for Herderino. Emotional Jamage, meanwhile, calls it off. Emotional Jamage did pick up one more point there for the Broadbarians. Mavens yet to get on the board this game. We've got Hemlock down the jam line for the Broadbarians, number 331, joined by Meouch, number 39, jamming for the Mavens. And Meouch goes for the outside lane. Outside lane, denied. First penalty of the game awarded to Sarah Sasson of the Mavens. Hemlock finds an outside lane open and takes it. Hemlock is going to be lead jammer. Meouch tangling at the front of the pack with two more Broadberians, and Meouch is out. Hemlock, meanwhile, calling it off mid-pack. That's 2 more points going on the board for the Broadberians, bringing their total up to 7. Mavens held scoreless for the second jam in a row. We've got number 69, Rogue One, on the jam line for the Mavens. Fairy Fire, number 130, wearing the star for the Broadberians. Mavens running into a bit of penalty trouble here in the third jam. And both of our jammers hit that pack at full speed. Rogue One coming up against Night Train and Sweet Poison there in the pack. Nice little love tap there from Lucille Brawl, and Rogue One goes all the way to the back. Fairy Fire, meanwhile, looking for that hole. She's got to get past Motor City Kitty at the front, but Fairy Fire will be lead jammer. Rogue One still on that initial pass. Broadberians putting up quite the fight there in the pack. And here comes Fairy Fire for her first scoring pass. Ooh, nice recycling from the Mind Killer and Sarah Sasson there on Fairy Fire. No points scored so far by anybody this jam. Rogue One up in the middle of the pack there. Broadberians guarding the inside like it's life or death there in the pack. And, ooh, so close. Sarah Sasson hits Fairy Fire to the inside, then sucks her back into the pack. Babs the Bruiser also going to assist there with the blocking. Oh, Rogue One taking a hit to the outside by Night Train there. The back of the pack. Oh, never mind. My mistake. That was not yeah, that's Night Train. I'm losing it. Oh, Rogue One called out on a back block. It's going to be a power jam for the Broadberians. Babs the Bruiser forcing Fairy Fire to the back. Fairy Fire calls it. 4 points going on the board for the Broadberians, bringing their total up to 11. Mavens yet to get on the board this game at 0. This is going to be a power start for the Broadberians. Emotional Jamage returns to the jam line. Little coaching there from Team Michigan member number 3, Strega, there on the jam line. And we are off. Rogue One getting up to the front of that pack in short order. And Rogue One scooting around Herderino, picking up lead jammer. Pack is at a standstill on turn 1. And Emotional Jamage picking up 4 points there for the Broadberians. Rogue One fresh out of that penalty box, and that was her initial pass. Another 4 points going on the board for Emotional Jamage. 8-point jam for the Broadberians. Emotional Jamage calls it. So Broadberians in the lead at 19. Mavens held scoreless so far this game. Let's see if... Sorry, I just hear a lot of yelling. Got a little friendly argument going on between Bruce Willis and Herderino here in the penalty box. But back on the track, Meouched is out there on the jam line for the Mavens. Hemlock wearing the star for the Broadberians. Hemlock finds a hole on the inside and takes it. Hemlock will be lead jammer. But Meouch out of that pack, ready to get the Mavens on the board this game. Hemlock coming up for the scoring pass. Deacon Bruce makes the call it signal. And Hemlock calls it, picking up 2 points there for the Broadbarians. Mavens again held scoreless. So we've got number 29, Sarah Assassin on the jam line for the Mavens. Number 8, Too Sweet Poison wearing the star for the Broadbarians. Sarah Assassin coming up through the middle of that pack. Straggle keeping guard there, joined by the socialism activist. Sweet Poison out first will be lead jammer. Pack is moving fast out there. Sweet Poison, untouched on the outside lane, calls it off. 4 points going on the board there for Sweet Poison. It's going to bring the Broadbarians up to 25 points. Mavens still yet to get on the board so far, and we have 12 minutes left to go in this first half. Fairy Fire returns to the jam line for the Broadbarians, joined by number 18, Herderino for the Mavens. The Mind Killer holding down that 3-wall there for the Mavens. Fairy Fire looking for the hole. Deacon Bruce tries to break things up for Fairy. But but Beef is just a little bit too close there. Fairy Fire forced to the back, has to face off with the Mind Killer yet again, and we've got a lead. Oh, never mind. Herderino is not lead jammer. Fairy Fire is lead. Fairy calls it. Maven still held, and double goose egg there on that jam. And bench coach Inzi Mood calls a team timeout. This team timeout is brought to you by Lansing Roller Derby's community partner for this bout. It is Women's Center of Greater Lansing. Women's Center of Greater Lansing helping women realize their potential. Over 2,000 women in the Lansing area each year to be exact, achieving their potential and independence through counseling and employment services. You can find them at lansingwomen.org. All right, we are back into action here. It is Emotional Jamage, number 12, returning to the jam line for the Broadbarians. Number 39, Meowch, is wearing a star for the Mavens. And Meowch is going to be lead jammer. Emotional Jamage in the back of the pack there. Oh, this was never mind. Emotional Jamage still in the game. Straga and Riot lying in wait at the front of the pack there for Meowch. But Meowch comes through, and the Mavens are on the board with 4 points. Emotional Jamage still on her initial pass there. Meowch coming in for a second scoring pass. Oh, Star Pass achievement not unlocked there for Emotional Jamage. Strega at the front of the pack putting the stop there on Meowch, and Meowch calls it off. And Meowch picking up 7 points for the Mavens that jam. Broadbarians held scoreless. So Broadbarians still in the lead at 25 points. Mavens at 7. Sarah Assassin back on the jam line for the Mavens. Going to be joined by number 331, Hemlock for the Broadbarians. And would you look at that lead jam. 2 jams in a row. Sarah Assassin will be lead jammer. But look at that. Hemlock also out of that pack, moving at top speed. All 10 skaters keeping things moving fast out there. Deacon Brews lying in wait at the front of the pack. Mind Killer opens up a hole, and Sarah Sasson has 4 points on the board for the Mavens. Hemlock answering in kind with 4 points for the Broadbarians. That's another 4 points on the board for Sarah Sasson. 8-point jam so far for the Mavens. Hemlock coming in for another. Oh, Hemlock's taking a tumble to the inside, courtesy of Babs the Bruiser. Trying again. Try again. Hemlock makes for the front of the pack yet again. But Taylor Sasson's a little too fast. 16-point jam so far for the Mavens. Sarah Sasson not slowing down, but we've got 45 seconds on the jam clock. Apex achievement unlocked for Sarah Sasson. 20-point jam so far for the Mavens. We could see a lead change, sports fans. Hemlock just put 4 more points on the board for the Broadbarians. And we got a 24-point jam from Sarah Sasson. Both of our jammers going for another scoring pass. Sarah Sasson making it look easy. Make that a 28-point jam, and we've got 12 seconds left to go. And we have a lead change. Mavens now in the lead by 2 points at 35. And we went the full 2 minutes on that one, I think, sports fans. Hemlock did put another 4 points on the board there for the Broadbarians. 12-point jam, but that was an incredible 29-point jam brought to you by number 29 of the Mavens. That was Sarah Sasson. And lining up for the next jam, it's Fairy Fire returning to the jam line for the Broadbarians. We got number 39, Meowched, wearing the star for the Mavens. Oh, Fairy Fire almost out. Takes a bit of a hit there for Motor City Kitty. Fairy Fire has to return to the back of the pack. Meowched looks for the hole on the insides. Social Smacktivist skating to the front there. And Fairy Fire will be lead jammer. Meowched sucked all the way to the back of the pack there. Meowched trying to break through that Broadbarians 4 wall. And Meowched looking to get the star pass out there. Fairy Fire tangling with Will Farrell there in the pack. Motor City Kitty holding down that 3 wall there. Number 30, Voodoo Dolly, also going to assist with the blocking there. We got a star pass from the Mavens. It is Will Farrell taking the star. Fairy Fire calls it off on her first scoring pass, but Fairy did pick up all 4 points there for the Broadbarians. And that's going to be a lead change. Broadbarians back in the lead at 41 points. Mavens trailing at 36. Emotional Jamage, number 12, returns to the jam line for the Broadbarians. It is number 18, Herderino, wearing the star for the Mavens. Emotional Jamage comes up against the Mind Killer there in the pack. Great defense from the Mavens. That's going to be what allows Herderino to come out first, picking up lead jammer. Strega lies in wait for Herderino at the back of the pack. Deacon Bruce coming in with a nice little hip bump. Forces a call off there from Herderino. Herderino did pick up 1 point there for the Mavens. Broadbarians held scoreless. Sarah Sasson, number 29, returns to the jam line for the Mavens, joined by number 331, Hemlock, wearing the star for the Broadbarians. We've got just over 5 minutes left to go in this first half. Babs the Bruiser holding down that 3-wall there in the pack for the Maven. Sarah Sasson will be lead jammer. And blink and you miss it. Sarah Sasson coming around for 4. We are all tied up, Derby fans. 41-41 on the scoreboard. And Sarah Sasson going for a second scoring pass. Hemlock, meanwhile, out of the pack. No points yet for the Broadbarians this jam. Sarah Sasson picking up another 4, calls it off. 8-point jam, and that's another lead change. Mavens now in the lead at 45. Broadbarians at 41. Still very, very close. 4 minutes left to go in this first half. And we got number 39, Meouch, returning to the jam line for the Mavens. That's number 12, Emotional Jamage, Wear the Star for the Broadbarians. And the Mavens have called a team timeout. We're back into action here with just a little under 4 minutes left to go in this first half. Emotional Jamage is on the jam line for the Broadbarians. Number 39, Meouch, wearing the star for the Mavens. Things are heating up out there. Lucille Brawl, the last line of defense for the Broadbarians, and it's Emotional Jamage picking up lead jammer. Meouch still on her initial pass. And we got a star pass from the Mavens. It is number 18, Herderino, taking the star. Little help from Lucille Brawl. Emotional Jamage comes to the front of the pack, calls it off. Emotional Jamage picked up 2 points there for the Broadbarians. Mavens held scoreless. We have a 2-point game, sports fans. Broadbarians trailing at 43, Mavens 45. 3 minutes remaining in this first half. Beef on the jam line for the first time this evening for the Mavens. Win is number 130, Fairy Fire, jamming for the Broadbarians. Fairy Fire looks for a hole on the inside lane. Can't quite get past Babs the Bruiser here. Cosmic Slams comes to the front of the pack, hoping to open things up there for her jammer. But the Mavens pivot just a little bit too close there. And Beef is going to be lead jammer, I think. Oh, never mind. Flames. Oh, wait. Yes, Beef is lead jammer. Beef coming in for her first scoring pass. And Ready, Set, Riot has to let Beef go. 4 points going on the board for the Mavens. Fairy Fire just out of that pack on her initial pass. Beef coming in for a second scoring pass. Makes it look easy. Picks up, 2 more points. Calls it off. So that's going to bring the Mavens up to 51. Still in the lead. Broadbarians 43. We've got a minute and a half left to go in this first half. Hemlock, number 331. Sorry, I had brain fart. Hemlock, number 331 on the jam line for the Broadbarians. We got the Mind Killer, number 95, jamming for the Mavens. Hemlock trying to break through that tough 3-wall there, held in place by The Mavens. Mind Killer, meanwhile, has to get through Night Train and Deacon Bruce. And the Mind Killer's going to be lead jammer. And Hemlock takes a tumble there mid-pack. Hemlock's still on her initial pass. Mavens coming in for a scoring pass. We've got 44 seconds left to go in this period. And Pack is at a standstill going into turn 3. And those broad variants not given a single inch there to Mind Killer. Hemlock having just as much. Sarah Assassin coming in to break things up there for the Mind Killer there in the back of the pack. Oh, looks like Sarah Assassin's headed to the penalty box for that block. Oh, happens to the best of us. And both jammers still fighting to make their way through. Deacon Bridge doing some bridging there mid-pack. And we're on jam time, sports fans. 33 seconds left to go in this jam. And Mind Killer still lead jammer. Deacon Bruce and Night Train putting up one hell of a fight there in the pack. Lucille Brawl also going to come in with an assist there. And Mind Killer tapping the hips, calling it off. And that's going to be the half.
Yeah.
It's not always an injury on the court that takes you out. Pain and mobility issues arrive anywhere, at any time. The sports medicine providers at MSU Healthcare are here for your comeback.
Patients should expect that we'll spend time with them and listen to their symptoms, tailor a physical examination to their issues, and customize a treatment plan, whether it's surgical or non-surgical, to help them get back to their active lifestyle and goals that they're interested in.
Sports medicine is a bit of a misnomer. We don't only treat athletes or people involved in organized sport. I think the better title for this would really be movement medicine. If you have something that's limiting your ability to do those tasks, we're here for you to help you and get you back moving again.
Even though you're injured doesn't mean you can't be active. And I like being creative and finding ways to keep you active even though we're trying to rehab you through an injury or complaint.
MSU Healthcare Sports Medicine, official providers of MSU athletes and you.
Okay, we are about to announce the winner of, real quick, we are going to announce the winner of tonight's 50-50 raffle ticket. Tonight's winner will be going home with $15 American, and the winner is 767618. 767618. All right. Congratulations. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I wanted to wait till the end of halftime on that so that anybody in the bathroom or outside could come back in. But the refs are ready to go, and so are the skaters, and that means we are all ready to start this second half. Going into the second half, the Mavens are in the lead at 54 points. Broadbarians trailing at 43. We got Meouch on the jam line for the Mavens. Emotional Jamage wearing the star for the Broadbarians. And Emotional Jamage will be lead jammer. And Emotional Jamage looking for that hole in the pack. Denied. Emotional Jamage calls it off. 3 points going on the board for the Broadbarians. Mavens held scoreless. Barry Fire, number 130, returns to the jam line for the Broadbarians. She'll be joined by number 29, Sarah Sasson, wearing the star for the Mavens. The Mind Killer holding down the line of defense there at the front of the pack for the Mavens. Babs the Bruiser gets in a little love tap there on Fairy Fire. Meanwhile, Lucille Brawl holding things down for the Broadbarians there in the pack. Sarah Sasson has to get past Deacon Bruce at the front, and our jammers are neck and neck. But Sarah Sasson will be lead jammer. And the pack keeps things moving fast out there to keep up with our jammers. Sarah Sasson goes for a scoring pass there, knocked to the outside by Sweet Poison. And it is Fairy Fire gets on the board first for 4. That's going to bring the Broadbarians up to 50 points. We've got a 4-point game out there. Sarah Sasson forced to the back by number 82, Sweet Poison of the Broadbarians. Strega goes for a swing and a miss there. Oh, big hit from Sweet Poison at the front of the pack. Sarah Sasson takes a tumble there on the turn. Oh, now Strega lies in wait there for Sarah Sasson. That's 4 very hard-fought points there for the Mavens. Sweet Poison going to come in to have a sit in the sin bin for that hit. Both our jammers keep right on going. Sarah Sasson coming around for 3. No pass, no penalty there on one of the Broadbarians. Fairy Fire trying to get through for a second scoring pass here. Oh, Sarah Sasson right into Strega there in the pack. And Sarah Sasson cuts through the inside lane, calls it off. 11-point jam there for Sarah Sasson. That's going to bring the Mavens total up to 65. Broadbarians trailing at 54. Hemlock back on the jam for the Broadbarians. Joined by Meowch, number 39, jamming for the Mavens. Meowch coming up against a 3-wall there. Night Train and Social Smacktivist holding things down. Cosmic Slams going to the back of that pack, trying to open things up for Hemlock. But Meowch just a little quicker. Meowch is going to be lead jam. Oh, never mind. Meowch called out on a forearm. It's going to be a power jam for the Broadbarians. Hemlock going for a star pass in the pack. Bad Aptitude lies in wait there at the back. Bad Aptitude, of course, not only skater and coach for Lansing Roller Derby, a bench coach this year for Team Michigan. And Hemlock called out on a low block. It's a little jammer do-si-do here in the penalty box. Meowch is released back out onto the track here. Sweet Poison and Cosmic Slams lying in wait. Oh, Meowch likes that penalty box so much, she's coming right back into it. Hemlock released. Oh, Hemlock back in the action, ready to pass the star to Cozy. Oh, Hemlock still holding on to the star, knocked to the outside by Motor City Kitty. Meowch back on the track now. Oh, Meowch, narrow escape there from Sweet Poison, and that was a very hard-fought initial pass. 9 seconds left to go on the jam clock. And Sweet Poison takes a tumble, and that's 2 minutes. And Meowch did put 2 points on the board. 3, make that 3 points there for the Mavens. Broadbarians held scoreless. That's going to bring the Mavens total up to 68. Broadbarians at 54. We've got number 12, Emotional Jamage, returning to the jam line for the Broadbarians. Number 18, Herderino, putting on the star for the Mavens. Emotional Damage coming up against the Mind Killer, and Babs in the pack here. Nice shoulder action there from the Mind Killer, but even the Mind Killer knows when to let that jammer go, and Emotional Damage is going to be lead jammer. And Meowched out of that pack. And score for Pretty Little Pats there. Emotional Damage calls it off. So that's going to bring the Broadbarians. Oh, Mavens did pick up 2 points in that last jam. So the Broadbarians now at 58. Mavens still in the lead at 70. It's a 12-point game. 13 minutes left to go on the clock. Fairy Fire returns to the jam line for the Broadbarians. This is number 29, Sarah Sasson, wearing the star for the Mavens. And Sarah Sasson will be lead jammer. Fairy Fire almost out of that pack, has to get past Will Farrell. And Sarah Sasson through on her first scoring pass, calls it off. 4 points going on the board there for the Mavens. And Broadbarians held scoreless that jam. Back on the jam line. Oh, and the refs have called an official timeout. One more shout out for Lansing Roller Derby's community partner. It is the Women's Center of Greater Lansing. Their mission is helping women realize their potential, and you can help them by donating travel and full-size personal hygiene items, feminine products, and gently used purses, jewelry, scarves, dress shoes, and winter apparel. And you can find them helping women realize their potential all over the greater Lansing area at lansingwomen.org. And we're about to start things rolling again. Number 39, Meowched, returns to the jam line for the Mavens. It's Emotional Damage. Number 12, wearing the star for the Broadbarians. And number 13, Babs the Bruiser, holding down that wall there in the front for the Mavens. Emotional Damage coming up against Herderino there in the pack. And Emotional Damage is going to be lead jammer. Nice recycling there from Ready, Set, Riot there on Meowched. Meowched going for the star pass in the pack. Lucille Brawl and Ready, Set, Riot ready to block that star pass. Emotional Damage, meanwhile, on her first scoring pass, the Mind Killer and Rogue One putting the slow down on Emotional Damage at the front of the pack. On Emotional Damage, scoots on through for another 4 points. Broadbarians catching up now at 62. Maven still in the lead at 74. Meowched still on that initial pass. Emotional Damage brought to a halt by the Mavens at the front of the pack. Mind Killer and the Herderino Rogue One teaming up to keep Emotional Damage back. Oh, she breaks through anyway for another 4 points. Babs takes the star for the Mavens and gets called out on a forearm. It's going to be a power jam for the Broadbarians. Emotional Damage picking up another 4 points there. And Broadbarians now only 4 points behind the Mavens. We could see, well, 3, 2, 1. That's the jam, sports fans. Emotional Damage did pick up 2 more points in that jam's 12-point jam for emotional damage. That brings the Broadbarians up to 72. Mavens at 74. And power start for the Broadbarians. I think we're going to see a lead change in this jam. Hemlock, number 331, back on the jam line for the Broadbarians. Right away, Strega coming in to break up that line there for her jammer. Oh, Sarah Sattison putting the stop to Hemlock there in the pack. Little love tap from Strega sends Babs to the ref lane. And Strega making eye contact with Babs as she pushes the shoulder in. Lucille Brawl out of the penalty back, ready to bridge. Oh, Babs sent right back to the penalty box. Oh, cruel misfortune. Hemlock, only jammer on the track. Uh-oh, we have skater down. But we're very, very glad when we do. So line it up for the next jam. It is number 130, Fairy Fire, wearing the star for the Broadbarians, Babs the Bruiser, jamming for the Mavens, and Babs chilling in the penalty box. It's going to be a power jam for the Broadbarians. And 5 seconds has been called back into action here. Fairy Fire coming up against that Maven's 3-wall. Nice hit there from Motor City Kitty. Sarah Assassin also coming in to assist. Oh, beautiful hip tap there from the Mind Killer. Fairy Fire sent to the inside. Mind Killer coming back to the front of that pack. Motor City Kitty and Mind Killer putting up a tight 2-wall. Axel rolls, calls no pack, and Fairy Fire is going to be lead jammer. Maven's doing a great job slowing things down out there till they can get their jammer out of the penalty box. Good strategy. And we got a star pass from the Mavens. It is Sarah Assassin, number 29, taking the star. Fairy Fire is on her scoring pass as she has to get past. Oh, she says, I'm not tangling with Kitty and the Mind Killer again. I think I'm going to call it off. But Fairy Fire did put 3 points on the board. That means we've got a lead change, sports fans. Broadbarians now in the lead at 75, just 1 point away from the Mavens, 74. Emotional Damage comes back to the jam line for the Broadbarians. And Meowch, number 39, is wearing the star for the Mavens. Lucille Brawl holding down that 3-wall there for the Broadbarians. Nice recycling there from number 3, Strega. Oh, Strega takes herself out there. And Meowch going fast. Meowch will be lead jammer. Emotional Jamage looking to get the star pass there. Ooh, almost. Mavens, of course, blocking that star pass. Meowch coming in for her first scoring pass of the jam. Emotional Jamage taking a ride on Strega there. And shutout by Meowch. Meowch calls it off. And we got another lead change. Mavens back in the lead at 78. Broadbarians trailing at 75. We've got just under 7 minutes left to go in this bout. And Rogue One is on the jam line for the Mavens, joined by number 331 Hemlocked, jamming for the Broadbarians. All right. And bam, hitting that four wall at full speed comes Hemlocked. Ready, Set, Riot, gonna come have a seat in the sin bin. Motor City, Kitty, and Mindkiller teaming up yet again to keep a jammer down, keep that jammer trapped. Rogue One coming in for the scoring pass. Social Some Activist and Deacon Bruce working to put the halt there on Rogue One. Oh, nice hit there from Rogue One on Deacon. And the ref says that's a track cut. Rogue One sent to the penalty box for the Broadbarians. We couldn't get enough lead in this jam. Ready, Set, Riot coming out of that penalty box, ready to help her team. Pack is at a standstill on the turn. Hemlock has to line up all the way to the back there behind the Mind Killer. And we have a star pass there. Oh, never mind. We got a star pass there from the Broadbarians. It is number 88, Ready, Set, Riot, taking the star. Rogue One, meanwhile, picking up 4 points there for the Mavens. And yes, sports fans, that's another lead. Nope, never mind. That's not a lead change just yet. Rogue One going for another scoring pass. Does she make it? Yes, they do. 4 more points going on the board for the Mavens. That's going to bring their total up to 86. Broadbarians still trailing at 75. We got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's 2 minutes. One picking up 3 more points in that jam, bringing her total to 11 and the Mavens total to 89. Broadbarians picking up 3 there. That's their total to 70. Got just under 4 minutes left to go in this bout. This is Fairy Fire coming back to the jam line for the Broadbarians. Number 69, Rogue One that is Meowch. Number 39, wearing the star for the Mavens. Meowch tangling with Strega at the front of the pack. Strega recycling. Meowch all the way around. Fairy Fire tangling with Bad Aptitude of the Mavens there at the front of the pack. Also with Will Farrell. Meowch dragged to the back of the pack yet again by who else? Number 3, Strega. And thanks to some great blocking and some great offense, Fairy Fire will be lead jammer. Meowch going for the star pass. It is Will Farrell, number 789, taking the star for the Mavens. And that's 4 points for Fairy Fire. Broadbarians now at 82. It's a 7-point game, and Fairy Fire calls it. We have just under 2.5 minutes left. 5-point game. Number 12, Emotional Jamage, returns to the jam line for the Broadbarians. Sarah Sasson, number 29, takes the star for the Mavens. Sarah Sasson, of course, not only a member of Lansing Roller Derby, also on Trans Rollers United. And Sarah Sasson busts right through that Broadberian 3-wall, picking up lead jammer. And Emotional Jamage putting on the afterburners here to keep up. And Pat keeping things moving out there. Sarah Sasson in for the scoring pass. Picks up 4, calls it off. That's going to bring the Mavens up to 93 with just 1.5 minutes left. Still, we've got an 11-point game. This jam could be for all the marbles. And the Broadberians have called a team timeout. Okay, sports fans, don't forget to join us after this bout for tonight's after party at the Mayfair Bar. Longtime host of Lansing Roller Derby after parties. So you can have a drink with the team, congratulate whoever won, talk derby. It's all kinds of fun. I think that woman might have bought all the ticket center. She had like 2 long strings of tickets. Yeah. Yeah. And we're back in action. We've got time for 1, possibly 2 more jams with just over a minute left to go on the period clock. Number 12, Emotional Jamage, is back on the jam line for the Broadberians, joined by, and it's number 39, Meouch, wearing the star for the Mavens. And blink and you miss it. Emotional Jamage going to be lead jammer. Oh, but look at that. Meouch is out almost as fast. Emotional Jamage looking to even things up on the scoreboard, and that's 4 points going on the board for the Broadberians. Broadberians now at 86, and Emotional Jamage calls it off. 48 seconds on the clock. Time for another jam. Fairy Fire coming back jam line for the Broadberians. Oh, but it's Sarah Sasson about to put on the star for the Mavens. Oh, almost right away. No pack is called. Fairy Fire running right into Voodoo Dolly in the pack, and Sarah Sasson will be lead jammer. Oh, Sarah Sasson so fast through that pack, and we're on jam time. Sarah Sasson pats the hips oh so gently, calls it off. 4 points on the board for the Mavens. 2 going up there for the Broadberians. That's going to be the bout, sports fans. Our unofficial final score is Mavens taking the win at 97. Broadberians 88. Such a close. So close. And that is our